bear witness, oh my God, that thou hast created me to know thee and to worship thee, to know thee and to worship thee. I testify at this moment to my powerlessness and to thy might, to my poverty and to thy will, to my poverty and to thy will. There is none other God but thee, the help in peril, the self-subsisting. I bear witness, oh my God, that thou hast created me. There is none other God but thee, the help in peril, the self-subsisting. I bear witness, oh my God, that thou hast created me. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you're having a good day this morning. It's good that you could join us this morning. We're going to be having some readings from the Baha'i writings as usual, and a few songs. And today, I'm choosing things that all come from one passage. It's coming from, again, gleanings from the writings of Baha'u'llah. And I'd also like to point out that we are, I guess you could say, zooming through the website of clearwaterbaha'is.org. That's clearwaterbaha'is.org. And we're going to be, first and foremost, I should point out that we have exactly 30 minutes. I've been told 30 minutes and not a second more. And also, there's an adult class that follows if you want to be a part of that adult class. Again, it's clearwaterbaha'is.org. And I see Geety. Hello, Geety. How are you? She's okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with one of the passages. This is actually a rather long passage from the Revelation of Baha'u'llah. And again, it's in Gleanings. And I'm going to be reading portions, paragraphs of them. And so here's the first one. Say, deliver your souls, O people, from the bondage of self, and purify them from all attachment to anything besides me. This is God speaking. Remembrance of me cleanseth all things from defilement. Could ye but perceive it? Say, were all created things to be entirely divested of the veil of worldly vanity and desire, the hand of God would in this day clothe them, one and all, with the robe, he doeth whatsoever he willeth in the kingdom of creation, that thereby the sign of his sovereignty might be manifested in all things. Exalted then be he, the sovereign Lord of all, the Almighty, the supreme protector, the all-glorious, the most powerful. Again, in the writings of Baha'u'llah, in this revelation, There are two words I think I need to take a moment out and talk about, and that's revelation. Everyone is familiar with that word, I'm sure, and you're probably familiar with the word dispensation. But in the writings, we are told that this is the time of revelation, and that the various messengers of God, each time that a new messenger comes, the time that they again establish that revelation is called a dispensation. Okay, we might think of it as dispensing the word. And so this again is part of this new dispensation, what we might call the Baha'i dispensation. It does not again negate previous dispensations. We might say it even validates them, but continues to move mankind forward spiritually. So here's another the next paragraph from this particular passage in Gleanings from the writings of the Bahá'í. O my servant, the verses of God, I'm sorry, I didn't start that correctly. Intone, O my servant, the verses of God that have been received by thee as intoned by them who have drawn nigh unto him, that the sweetness of thy melody may kindle thine own soul and attract the hearts of all men. Whoso reciteth in the privacy of his chamber the verses revealed by God, the scattering angels of the Almighty shall scatter abroad the fragrance of the words uttered by his mouth, and shall cause the heart of every righteous man to throb. Though he may at first remain unaware of its effect, yet the virtue of the grace vouchsafed unto him must needs, sooner or later, exercise its influence upon his soul. Thus have the mysteries of the revelation of God been decreed by virtue of the will of him who is the source of power and wisdom. So we're told to say the words of God, intone them. Again, in the shall we say the Persian tradition or the Middle Eastern tradition, intoning is chanting the word. If we wanted to say in the Western tradition, we're singing the word. But we're told to, yes, you produce those words with your mouth. And here's a song that actually does take 3 passages from the writings. And it's called We Are One Family, because again, that is one of the major concepts, shall we say, one of the Baha'i revelation is that, yes, all of humanity is one family. O children of men, know ye not why we created you all from the same dust? That no one should exalt himself over the other. Ponder at all times in your hearts how you were created. Since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. That from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest. We are one family, one mankind, one humanity. Walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, dwell in the same land. That one indeed is a man who today dedicated himself to the service of the entire human race. The great being saith, blessed and happy is he that ariseth to promote the best interest of the peoples and kindreds of the earth. In another passage he hath proclaimed, it is not for him to pride himself who loveth his own country, but rather for him who loveth the whole world. The earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens. We are one family, one mankind, one humanity. Waves of one seed, fruit of the same tree, leaves of the same branch. If thou be of the inmates of this city within the ocean of divine unity, thou wilt view all the prophets and messengers of God as one soul and one body, as one life and one spirit, in such wise that the first among them would be last, and the last would be first. For they have all arisen to proclaim his cause, and have established the laws of divine wisdom. They are one and all, the manifestations of his self, the repositories of his might, the treasuries of his revelation, the dawning places of his splendor, and the day springs of his light. We are one family, one mankind, one humanity, one God, God of all, one faith, faith in him, one race, all mankind. We are one family. We are one. All of those passages are from the Bahá'í writings, and I invite anyone that would like to learn more about the faith and have more access to the Bahá'í writings. You can always go to Bahá'í, BAHAI.org, O-R-G, or you could go to the Clearwater Bahá'ís, clearwaterbaha'is.org as well. You might even have some Bahá'ís living in your community. Let's go ahead and read another passage. Again, O Khalil, God beareth me witness. This is Baha'u'llah talking about what he's been through as he's just trying to, again, reveal the word of God. God beareth me witness, though my pen be still moving on my tablet, yet in its very heart it weepeth and is sore distressed. The lamp burning before the throne likewise weepeth and groaneth, by reason of the things which the ancient beauty hath suffered at the hands of them who are but a creation of his will, meaning the will of God. God himself knoweth and testifieth to the truth of my words. No man that hath purged his ear from the loud clamor of the infidels, and inclined it to all created things, can fail to hear the voice of their lamentation and weeping over the trouble that hath befallen us at the hands of those of our servants that have disbelieved in and rebelled against us. Thus have we disclosed to thee a glimmer of the woes that have come upon us, that thou mayest be made aware of our sufferings, and patiently endure thy sorrows. And this next song is about Baha'u'llah's imprisonment, or is a reference to it. One of the prisons that Baha'u'llah was in the very long captivity that he suffered was a prison called Akka, A-K-K-A. And it's in the valley of Acre, A-C-R-E, which the Bible does speak of. And so this song is called There Was a Light Shining in Akka. There was a light shining in Akka. There was a light, it shone all around, a new revelation of God's loving guidance. One holy light, it lit up the night, the word streaming down. So many souls sharing a journey. So many souls seeking the light. Hearing a voice whispering inside them, heeding the call, risking their all to do what was right. But so many tried to stop it from glowing. So many tried to put out that fire, but lovers of truth in this new dispensation knew they had found God's love come down, their heart's desire. And there was a light shining in Akka. There was a light, it shone all around, a new revelation of God's loving guidance. One holy light, it lit up the night, the word streaming down. There was a light shining in Akka. There was a light, it shone all around, a new revelation of God's loving guidance. One holy light, it lit up the night, the word streaming down. One holy light, it lit up the night, the word streaming down. One holy light lit up the night, the word streaming down. Light shining in Akka. Let's go back to the word. We've got about 11 more minutes here. I'm very, very aware of the time. Arise to aid the Lord at all times and in all circumstances, and be thou one of his helpers. Admonish then the people to lend a hearing ear to the words which the Spirit of God hath uttered in this irradiant and resplendent tablet. Say, sow not, O people, the seeds of dissension among men. I'm going to say that again. Say, sow not, O people. That's S-O-W. Sow not, O people, the seeds of dissension amongst men, and contend not with your neighbor. Be patient under all conditions, and place your whole trust and confidence in God. Aid ye your Lord with the sword of wisdom and of utterance. Words. I'll say that again. Aid ye your Lord with the sword of wisdom and of utterance. This indeed well becometh the station of man. To depart from it would be unworthy of God, the sovereign Lord of all, the glorified. Unfortunately, this paragraph ends with the people, however, have been led astray and are truly of the heedless. So, of course, what we should always be doing is sharing the word of God, loving our neighbor, and following the word of God. Here's a song about following God, and it's called I'm Gonna Follow My Lord. Well, I don't know where I'm going. I just know I'm gonna follow my Lord. I said I don't know where I'm going. I just know I'm gonna follow my Lord. From the sunrise through the darkness, I just know I'm gonna follow my Lord. In the valley, cross the river, I just know I'm gonna follow my Lord. And I don't know where I'm going now, but I know I'm gonna follow him anyhow, 'cause I know he's gonna lead me where his blessings flow. I'm gonna follow my Lord. I'll be praying and meditating every day. I'm gonna follow my Lord. Whether I'm feasting, whether I'm fasting, well, I know I'm gonna follow my Lord. And I don't know where I'm going now, 'cause I know I'm gonna follow him anyhow, 'cause I know it's gonna lead me where his blessings flow. I'm gonna follow my Lord wherever he leads me every day. I'm gonna follow my Lord every day. I'm gonna follow my Lord every day. I'm gonna follow my Lord. should all be doing. Baha'u'llah goes on to tell us in this passage, we have 5 minutes. He tells us, beautify your tongues, O people, with truthfulness, and adorn your souls with the ornament of honesty. Beware, O people, that ye deal not treacherously with anyone. Be ye the trustees of God amongst his creatures and the emblems of his generosity amidst his people. They that follow their lusts and corrupt inclinations have erred and dissipated their efforts. They indeed are of the lost. Strive, O people, that your eyes may be directed towards the mercy of God, that your hearts may be attuned to his wondrous remembrance, that your souls may rest confidently upon his grace and bounty, that your feet may tread the path of his good pleasure. Such are the counsels which I bequeath unto you. Would that ye might follow my counsels. And we're going to end. We might get cut off as far as the Zoom stream because of time issues. But I'm going to do this song, which is, Baha'u'llah in that last passage, obviously telling us, this is what I want you to do. I expect you to be good. I expect you to do everything that we just read. And one short way of saying it is be like Abdul Baha. And Abdul Baha, of course, is the son of Baha'u'llah, who, while not divine, not a messenger of God, we call Abdul Baha in Baha'i circles the master, because he is the example that we as human beings are expected to follow, because he showed that as a normal everyday human being, you can still live your life in the way that you're supposed to. I wanna be ready to walk. I wanna be ready to walk. I wanna be ready to walk Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. I gotta get my feet ready to walk the righteous way. Step by step I'll serve the Lord. Each and every day I gotta get my feet ready to walk the righteous way. Step by step I'll serve the Lord each and every day, 'cause I wanna be ready to walk. I wanna be ready to walk. I wanna be ready to walk Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. I gotta get my hands ready to help my fellow man. Let good deeds be my adorning. I'll do the best I can. I gotta get my hands ready to help my fellow man. Let good deeds be my adorning. I'll do the best I can, 'cause I wanna be ready to walk. Ready to walk. Ready to walk Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. I gotta get my heart ready to share the love of God. Teach his word that's been revealed by Baha'u'llah. I gotta get my heart ready to share the love of God. Teach his word that's been revealed by Baha'u'llah. 'Cause I wanna be ready to walk. Ready to walk. Ready to walk Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. I said I wanna be ready. Ready to walk. Ready to walk Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. Mount Carmel like Abdul Baha. And apparently we've still got a few few seconds left, so we have just enough time to say again, if you'd like to know more about the Baha'i faith, more about the Baha'i writings, you can go to Baha'i.org, or you can go to clearwaterbaha'is.org. And again, a lot of our writings come from this book right here. This actually is a compilation of various books and tablets and prayers revealed by Baha'u'llah. And yeah, it's called the Writings of Baha'u'llah is this text. But again, it's a compilation of many different, a collection, you could say. Maybe we could call it an encyclopedia of many of the different tablets and books revealed by Baha'u'llah. So I'd like to say thank you all for coming, and have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day, and stay safe, mask up, and keep social distancing. We love you. Have yourselves a good day, folks. Allah Akbar. I can still see you all, so apparently we're still here. I just remembered. Jeremiah told me he would. I'm not in charge of things, but Jeremiah told me I forgot, completely forgot. He said he'd give me about 5 extra minutes, and now I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I'll just do another song. Sweetheart, there's Nini back there. If anyone heard her singing in the background, I actually meant to mention it, but like I said, I'm really aware of time right now. Love is the secret of God's holy dispensation. This is from Abdul Baha. Love is heaven's kindly light. Love is the cause of God's revelation unto man. Love ensures true felicity. Strive to become the manifestations of the love of God, the lamps of divine guidance, shining amongst the kindreds of the earth. Love is the light that guides in darkness. Love is most great law. Love reveals the mysteries of the universe. Love is the spirit of life. Strive to become the manifestations of the love of God, the lamps of divine guidance, shining amongst the kindreds of the earth. Love, 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 love. Strive to become the manifestations of the love of God, the lamps of divine guidance, shining amongst the kindreds of the earth with the light of love. Love, 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 with the light of love. And with that, once again, you all have yourselves a good day, a good week, a good Sunday. Mask up. Make sure you're using your masks and stay safe and keep showing love out there, folks. Have yourselves a good day. Aloha, everyone.